Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Glitched Velocity. I'm your host Wazahat and this video is all about hidden features of Coppercube 6.0. So starting with this panorama scene, how you can achieve or how you can have this panorama scene in your Coppercube 6. So I'm gonna tell you how you can do this. So this is our panorama scene, which is an additional tab near your scenes and publish tab here, which contains user interface settings, which will have user interface icons, left, right, up, down, zoom in, zoom out, pause, play, etc. And from here you can have change your panoramic skybox or something like that, left, front, right, back, bottom, top. This will be a handy tool in creating skybox because it's really hard to do the skybox in normal 3D scene. You can have normal 3D scene by going into your scene node here, then you can switch to panorama scene and you can have new 3D scene one here. So in your normal scene it is really hard to know which texture is for which side. For example, I don't know if it is for left or it is for right. If I want to change my texture for the sky, I don't know. If I put this here, this is for, I don't know, is this left or right or top or bottom. So it will be a nice idea to try your skyboxes in panorama mode so that you can easily create and check your skybox, and you will get to know about which is which I don't know. So which texture will go in left and in front and right, back, bottom and top. So you get the idea. Now let's just publish this panorama mode just to check if it works. Test as Windows application. So this will be something like this, and if I go out, then you will see the cube with the skybox textures in it. Alright, this is all about the panorama mode, and you can also add hotspot. And one more thing, you can also zoom in and zoom out. I don't know what happens. So there are this user interface settings which will have this, and there is one more thing. If you go here and click edit, then you can change or clear texture or reload texture, create a hotspot. For example, I want to create a hotspot here, or you can edit the hotspot. You can change the hotspot icon, caption, and on click go to website, then you can paste your URL here. Then if you want to execute a JavaScript command, then you can select this on click execute JavaScript and then specify your JavaScript here. And if you want to change the scene, then there is on click go to scene. And if you want that this hotspot will be visible after a time period or a date, then you can click this only visible after date reached. For example, I want it to be appear on 15th of February or maybe 25th of December. Then I can specify the date here and it will appear accordingly to the system state. So this is all about the hotspot setting. You can delete the hotspot and add the hotspot. If I add the hotspot, then you might not be able to see because I haven't specified any texture for it. So to see the hotspot, I have to specify a texture for the hotspot. So I'm gonna use the default Ambera cube here, and if I click OK, then you will see the hotspot right in this scene. And if I click OK, then you will see the hotspot here as well. And if I now play, then you will see the hotspot. It will become smaller if you go close to it, and it will become larger if you go far away from it. Alright, this is our panorama scene. You can have zoom in and zoom out settings, maximal zoom value, minimal zoom value, zoom is enabled or disabled. So, and one more thing, how you can add hotspot in your 3D scene. For example, if you want to create a hotspot here, how you can do this? So it's very easy. You can simply go to your view, then scripting window, and use the command ccb editor add a scene node, ccb editor add scene node, and then specify hotspot here, hotspot. And if you execute this script, oh wait, maybe I have done something wrong. ccb editor add scene node hotspot. Let me just check out the command first. If you don't know the command, you can always go to the tutorials or documentation of the Coppercube. So we will go here, tutorials and docs, JavaScript scripting reference, ccb editor add scene node. So there is no ccb command for editor. I forgot this. So you have to remove this ccb. It's simply editor add scene node hotspot. And if I execute it, wait, what's happening? All right, so editor is not in uppercase, so I have to put this in lowercase, execute. All right, so we have our hotspot here. If you can see, let me just put it side here. All right, there you can see that we have our hotspot 1. We can have different attributes for our hotspot, which is width and height in pixels. We can have caption, we can have image here. For our hotspot, I'm gonna use this 𝙎𝙩𝙚𝙖𝙢 here. So now you can see the hotspot in our 3D viewport. We can have caption, hotspot, or anything. Then on click open website, on click go to scene. Same we have in, these are the same properties we have in our panorama scene mode. So to execute JavaScript and all, you can attach behaviors, but I don't think they will work with this hotspot. And if I publish the app and go around, then you will see the same. So it's not like it is zooming in and zooming out here, because we haven't specified any other object or add any other object, 3D object, so that we can know if it is zooming or zooming out. So this is how you can add hotspot. And so it's time to show you how to have panorama scene. So it's really easy, very simple to do. All you have to do is, I will post the link for this in the description. You need to download the very first version, or you can say very old version of Coppercube, by going here in the download section for Coppercube, download, and simply copy link address and paste it here. Instead of 6.4, you can specify Coppercube 1.2.0, I think, and start the download. So it will start downloading 1.2.0. then you can save it. And if you open Coppercube 1.2.0 or any previous versions of Coppercube, for example, I will go to my 𝙎𝙚𝙧𝙨 Coppercube 1.2.0, and if I open this Coppercube version, then I will have free 3D scene, panorama scene, and open example scene. So just select this panorama scene here, open it, and save it as a new scene on your desktop or somewhere else, wherever you want. I'm going to name it panorama, and if I close it now and close this as well, you also need to have the latest version of Coppercube installed, which is Coppercube 6.4, I think. So if I open it, Now I will have panorama scene in Coppercube 6. Wow, that's great. We have panorama scene here. You can develop your game. I will advise you to save this, and if you go to new 3D scene, you can develop all your stuff here. And just to create some skyboxes, you can go here, or check out some panorama scenes, you can go here. All right, this is for panorama scene. And one more thing, I believe that you can also publish your applications to Flash by using this command line script. Where it is? Yeah, command line interface. Because Flash is not yet Flash support has been disabled by Coppercube in newer versions, so but I think that you can still publish your apps to Flash by using this command, coppercube.exe publish Flash. But this is available for studio or professional edition of Coppercube 6, and I don't own a studio or a professional edition, so I can't show you if it's still working, but I do believe that it will work. So if you guys want to publish your application as Flash, then try this command. I hope this will work for you. And so many of you guys are not aware about this. I have seen a lot of people which don't know that there is this 𝙎𝙩𝙬𝙧 and 𝙎𝙪𝙚𝙧 properties. So please guys, always go to your tools and then options, then editor, and tick mark this 𝙎𝙪𝙬𝙧 𝙬𝙪𝙚𝙧 options, so that you can have this in your view properties here. This is really important because these tools contain so many additional options for materials. For example, if I select this cube and go to my 𝙎𝙪𝙬 edit, and it's really difficult to spell that 𝙬𝙪𝙚𝙧. Wait a second. I know this is kind of boring video. What can I do? Let me just drag it down here, and if I go to my IRR edit properties and go here to materials, then you will see that we'll have a lot of options. We can specify shininess and specular lightning here. Then we have parameter 1 and 2, which is I think it's about transparency and all those stuff. Then we have wireframe mode here. This will change the cube into wireframe mode. We have Gouraud shading, lighting, Z right enable, Z buffer, back face culling, front face culling, fog enable, normalize normals, bilinear filter. This is really useful when you are creating 2D games with the plane mesh settings. Always disable this bilinear filter, because what it will do is it will enable some artifacts or gray outlines above your textures or something like that. So these settings are really good and comes handy when creating games. There might be a lot of different things which you guys don't know about Coppercube. For example, many of you guys aren't aware about global variables. Yeah, there are global variables for this. Whenever you add a sound, you can always use a global variable, which is, for example, if I pressed a key, if I press key F, then set or change a global variables and text, set or change a variable hashtag sound dot volume, I think, or hashtag volume dot manager. I don't remember the variable right now, but there is one variable which is hashtag player dot movement speed. You can specify your player movement speed here, which is for example 1.0 or something like that. Let me show you by using the example demo. I go here, new, and open example app, and if I select this terrain example here, and as we know, we have this player here which has object or a person controlled by keyboard. And if you have this game behaviors, game actor with health, AI player, etc., then you can use the global variable for the player movement, which is hashtag player. Player is your scene node name, which is, in this case, we have our soldier. So hashtag soldier dot movement speed. So right now our move speed is 0.03, and for example I want to increase or maybe decrease the speed of my player when I press a key. When a key pressed is F, then that will change a variable, hashtag soldier dot movement speed, and I want to change its value to 0.01, which will slow down the soldier when I press F. And you can trigger it by creating another behavior triggered by events. When a key pressed is to something, select the F. Instead of key press down, you can use key left up, and then you can use that will change variable, hashtag soldier dot movement speed, and you can set this back to 0.03, so that if you hold down F, the player will slow down. If you release F, it will go back to normal. So it's really easy to do that stuff. Now let's just check it out. Oh, I don't own professional edition, so it is showing me a warning. So right now the player is moving at this speed, and as soon as I press F, you will see the player has been slowed down, and if I release F, it will speed up. Look, maybe it is not visible, so let me just increase the default player speed so that you can notice. So I'm gonna change it to 0.09, and then here 0.09 as well. And if I check the application, then it will show me this warning and will redirect me to the Coppercube website. So now the speed is really good, and if I press F, the player will be slow down. Look, he is slow, and as soon as I release F, my player will be faster like before. So there are global variables for different stuff. You can manage your sound volume. I don't remember the variable for sound volume. I think it's hashtag sound dot volume, something like that, or hashtag volume manager. You can always do search, which is sound dot volume, or you can have this in your documentation, I think, which is mentioned here, in JavaScript behaviors. I think in behaviors there it is mentioned. If we will have some global variables. I don't know where it is. Let me see. Yeah, here we have movement speed, but it's not global variable. there is one more global variable, which is player1.health, which is used with this game actor with health AI, which is mentioned here. There are special variables available for quickly accessing the health in the game actor. Use, for example, a variable named #player1.health for getting or changing the variable storing the health of the object with a game actor. So there are global variables which you can use for your AI or game actor. You have to remember those global variables, or I don't know why there is uh, you know there is nothing separately mentioned here for all the global variables. There should be a topic here which says these are the global variables you can use in your game. But yeah, we have sound or volume, something like that. I don't remember, but I want to show you how to change volume in Coppercube. I do have this in, I think, in my GTA example. Let me just go to my GTA Vice City example, Coppercube projects, GTA Vice City clone. I do remember I have this here in volume manager. Where is settings, audio setup options? Yeah, I have this set to change variable system.sound volume. Yeah, this is one more global variable you can use to change the sound volume. This will really affect the sound volume. You guys, maybe you guys don't know about this, but this example, this demo, GTA Vice City demo, has this sound bar here where you can set or change the music volume for the whole game. But this will change the whole game volume. This won't change only one sound or any specific sound volume. It will change the sound volume for all of your audio or special effects, sound effects. So this is the global variable which is used to control the sound volume. System.sound.volume, something like that. I don't remember it, so I have to go back to the documentation and have to search it in the documentation. Where is that mention, the global variable for sound volume or something like that? So it's really necessary that you go back to your documentation or in Coppercube forums to check for something, to search for something while you are developing. Yeah, I know that you guys have seen this Coppercube project directories, which is really big. I don't know how big it is, and there are a lot of more saved in some other places. For example, in my documents there are some, and in my other drives. So I do have some community provided files as well, and extensions. There are a lot of extensions, but they are not the full. So here I have some really cool extensions in my, let me show you my extension. Right, there we have so many extensions. And then plugins. I don't use plugins that much. Especially I don't use my own created plugins, keyboard shortcut and all, because while using plugins, then my plugin win, or this plugins will fill up, The problem is same with the scripted behaviors and actions. So if I go to scripted behaviors, then there are this long, they fill a hole. I have to move around to select one, and I hate the I hate selecting and searching for the behavior or action I'm going to use in my game or in my project. So it's really annoying for me to search for use this button, because you know maybe I don't know. Yeah, I can use the keyboard, but still I hate this long. It will be good if it is not vertical, it will be good if it is horizontal. It will add this, or resize or scale this box, selection box of behaviors to horizontal. Horizontally we can select or add some additional slot on the horizontal side here, so that we can select behaviors in a go. I hate this scrolling. You have to click. Most of the time you guys use click instead of using arrow keys or searching for a simple RTS like movement, a simple RTS HUD positioner, like that. So that's all, I think. If I'm missing something in this video, maybe let me just check if I'm missing something or not. Let me see if there is something that I'm missing. Polygon editing, no. Light mapping, no. Scenes, no. Let me check if I'm missing something or not, so that you can be aware of what I'm doing. Documentation. All right, so that's it. This is all I know about the hidden features. Maybe there are some more hidden features, and yeah, one more thing. If you want to create your own graphical user interface, you want to change this file icon for Coppercube 6, and you don't like the Coppercube 6 these icons, for example, new file, save file, open file, undo and redo, perspective, top, front, left, then always you can create your own theme, or you can say your own user interface by going here in your directory where your Coppercube is installed. It is generally in your Windows directory, program files. If you are using 64-bit, or whether you are using 64-bit or 32-bit, it will be always going into your program files x86. So just go here, Coppercube 6.4, then you will have icons, and then you can change them to whatever you want. For example, if I use it from Coppercube 5.4.2, and if I go here in icons, and you can also do the reverse of, or vice versa. If you want to use Coppercube 6 icons in your 5.4.2, then you can copy paste icons from Coppercube 6.4 into your 5.4.2 and simply copy it from here. Wait, let me just copy, because I selected but didn't copy it. And if I paste it here in icons tab here, first let me create a backup folder. Backup, and let me paste it over here and create a new folder. I know it's because I have already selected them and I'm lazy to go back and forth, so I have pasted it here in this backup folder. And if I select them and paste them here. And now if I see, these are 16 items and these are 15, so one is missing, and I don't know what is missing, but let me show you. If I close this now, and if I reopen my Coppercube 6.4 by simply going to this panorama mode, then you will notice that the graphical user interface has been changed. So if you want to customize or edit your GUI or Coppercube, then you can do this that way. So it will give you a, it won't change these icons here. So, and you know, if you want to change, sometimes it's really hard if your scene has so many lights. For example, I have this light here, and then this light here, then this, and it's really hard sometimes to click objects through it. For example, it is really hard to do this with the camera because it will always appear, it will always cover the object if you are near your camera node, and it will cover your object like this. This is same for all the objects. So sometimes I want to remove these textures, you know, the light texture and all. So what I will do is I make them completely transparent, and whenever I need to select them, I select them from there, here in the scene graph explorer. So how to do that? Just go to your Coppercube directory and go to textures, then you will have editor defaults, and change all of them with transparent images. For example, I want to change the default camera.png to transparent image. I will, you know, let me just show you. If I go here in pictures, and let me show you, yeah, this is, I think, transparent image. All right, if I copy this and paste it here, and rename this to default cam.back, so that it will be backup file. You'll need to provide administrator. I don't care. And if I copy the name default cam, and where is my blank image? Yeah, if I paste it here, default cam.png, so it's simply a blank image. And if I now close my editor and reopen it, then I think we'll have a blank icon for our camera node. It should work, I suppose. So if you create a camera, new camera here, simple camera, then you will notice now it is blank, completely blank. So you can use it to now it won't cover up your object, 3D object. You can always select your camera from here in your scene graph explorer, but it will show this bounding box. But it is good that you are using a blank transparent image so that it won't cover up your object, so your object or 3D scene is more clearly visible. Sometimes this is same for the lights. If your scene has so many lights and you are getting difficulty to see through your through these light textures. And one more thing you can do is, but they act as, you know, you can resize these images to smaller resolution, but I don't know if that will work or not. But yeah, you can resize them. And if you don't like the transparent images, what you can do is you can delete this one, default cam delete. And I don't know why it's not deleting. Bro, delete. Huh? What's happening? I don't know why it's not deleting. Maybe it's a glitch or bug or something like that in Windows. Or maybe I need to provide administrator privilege. Alright, it's deleted now. And I can rename it back to default cam. Yeah, that's it. So that's how you can have transparent icons and your own customized graphical user interface. It's not completely customized because you'll still have these icons here. You can't change them, but you can change these icons here, which is save, open, undo, redo, rotate, scale, you know. So these are not so useful things. And you can always have your prefabs. I don't want to explain about prefabs. You can save your any CCB file as your prefabs, and you can always provide a texture or image so that it will appear here in your prefabs window as a reference image for your CCP prefabs. I know my tongue is twisting too much. So that's it. That's all about this video. We are getting closer to the end. I don't know if I am missing something, maybe or maybe not. But if I'm missing something, then we will discuss it in later videos. Yeah, as I have already told you about Flash export or publish your applications as Flash, I really believe that you can do this with the command line interface by using the command from here, command line interface, Coppercube publish colon, then Flash. But I don't own a professional edition or studio edition, so I can't do that. Also, many of you guys are aware about this, but you can have studio, if you own a studio version or professional edition. I don't know if you own a studio version, not professional edition, then you can have source code of the game of the client exe, which is game or your project. If I open my professional edition of Coppercube 5.4.2, and then let me show you if I'll have this. Yeah, download Android source. So I can download the Android source in professional edition, but I can't download the C++ source code. For that, you have to purchase the studio edition of Coppercube 6 if you are using Coppercube 6, and if you are using Coppercube 5, then you have to purchase studio version of Coppercube 5. So this comes in handy when you want to develop or extend your game using C++ language by opening the source code in Visual Studio. All right, that's it. That's all about this video. I'm not going to make it long. I won't bore you anymore. So yeah, that's it. And sorry if I made grammatical mistakes in my English language, because English is not my native language. Yeah, so English is not my native language, and I do really so many mistakes while speaking English. but I'm trying to improve myself. I don't know if I'm trying harder and my accent is really bad. So if you don't understand anything, then please pause the video and you can play the video as much slower frame rate if YouTube allows that. I don't know. And if you like the video, then hit the like icon. Yeah, like icon, not like button. I don't know if it's a button because it don't do anything special, just increase the counter. But yeah, if you are enjoying the video, then you can subscribe that button, red button, because it will encourage me to create more videos. And on YouTube, on Coppercube, whether it's Coppercube 5 or Coppercube 6, or just like this video, in this video I have used Coppercube 1.2.0. so it doesn't matter which version of Coppercube it is. So smash that subscribe button, hit the bell icon if you like. That's it. I'm out now. Let me just close all the stuff. Yeah, I do have a nice cleaner desktop. This is because, yeah, I'm extending this video. I don't know why I'm extending this video, but I want to tell you something that I have. Right before creating this video, I have created this invisible folder here on my desktop, which contains all my desktop files here, all the shortcuts and all of these things, so that I can have this cleaner desktop which shows the logo of my YouTube channel, 𝙎𝙩𝙬𝙧𝙨𝙞𝙤𝙬. That's it. Now I'm going to move it back to my desktop. Those items, all those items are going back here on my desktop. So yeah, you can have a look at it, and then I'm gonna, close the video or stop recording this video. I don't know if there is something missing in this video, so I'm going to rewatch or replay the video after recording if everything is recorded correctly, because I'm not a professional, video editor or something like that. I'm new to all this stuff in YouTube. Yeah, I am creating videos since 2019, but still I'm new to YouTube. So subscribe, like, share this video if you want, and have a good day. It's Sunday. Peace out.